Welcome back. This is Kelly, aka Buffy Python, and it's been a while. I'm not gonna lie. I know that literally the end of the last one I was like, hey, gonna be back like pretty soon, unless I get sick, and I didn't get sick. It just wasn't, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do it. I wasn't feeling it. I'm sorry. Because I've done other crap since then, obviously. I've done other things with Jamie and a few other people, but I don't know. I don't know why I haven't felt like doing this for, what, 10 months? I think it's been 10 months. I think it was like November I saw when I posted the last of these, but what the hey? And I recorded this back then too, just didn't talk over it. So, memories. And once again, got another fight going on. And so I've learned something too, is that I need to start talking over the musical parts in particular, more so than anything else, because I got a copyright claim. So that's always fun, copyright claim. It doesn't, not too big of a deal, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. Not the worst thing in the world. Because okay, clearly I'm not doing this for money. If you look at the view count right now, I'm sure you can see it's probably, if it's in the double digits, that actually might even be good. Just 10 people. But whatevs. But it's a little more of the same here with your Morias and whatnots. Thought about using Perfect Strike, but there's sometimes where I just want to save it up, but it's always kind of a double-edged sword, literally, because like at the same time you want to go ahead and just be like, alright, I want to use it, I have it, I might as well just go ahead and use it because I can't like go beyond that bar. But you also don't want to just be like, oh, I'm just using on these two jobbers and these two wargs and that's it. Like I want to save it for, you know, Sauron or somebody just huge like that. But I don't know. Sometimes I think it's better just to go ahead and do it because it builds up faster than you might think it would, and so then, you know, that way you still have it saved up. And it's not like when you do that you don't get any experience, oddly enough. Even though you're kind of not doing anything and you're just saying, hey, get at it. A little more Middle-earth fashion show going on. They all get a lot of stuff, really. They're all different things. Nobody gets the same of anything else. I don't know where any of the light is coming from in here.
How can we open this?
Like, they just assume that they have to open it? I guess.
Yes.
What, now you're
the
not full of
goblins'
mystical
trap is
knowledge
here.
about everything Dwarven, huh? Something Hadha doesn't know, I guess? He's like, I don't happen to know what this particular thing is. I know everything else about the other crap in that book and stuff, but nope. This is one thing I just don't know. And that I won't be pissy about. That's my terrible Scottish accent, which I'm a quarter Scottish, so that's actually really sad that I cannot do it any justice.
We have found it, at last.
Oh great, we found it. The thing. Whatever it was. Were we looking for a thing? I assume we just crammed all the runes in there, but I didn't know that we were, like, being told specifically, hey, you gotta get the runes.
In memory of your people.
Thanks a lot for giving it to me. Wow, you're so generous. Thanks for giving me this armor that none of you can possibly wear. It's entirely too small. Wow. I should be so fortunate as to get this tiny armor. It's good that that armor isn't like totally useless or like rusted and just like falling apart. Or that the goblins were just like, yeah, score, I can use this. Because the goblins are dwarf size. So they could probably use that. And they're, you know, at least a little bit smart. You know, they know how to shoot a bow fairly well. I just love the idea of making a warg kill another warg. Like, what kind of weird, like, scenario is this in which he's like, here, I'm gonna make this one warg attack the other one. He's pulling out of this pocket space and just be like, fight your brother for my amusement! It's like, I just love that idea. And there I learned Fellowship Grace, which I think I use one time here, but I really don't use that too much. A lot of the, you know, Barathor's little, like, you know, cheerleading moves I don't use too much. Like, I use them a little bit, like the main two that you first get, the Valor one and Company Might, that's the other one, but I don't know, I don't find a lot of use for the others so much. There's one later on that I do use a bit where it gives you 2 attacks. I don't remember what it's called right now. I love that their tails don't seem to be affected by, like, anything else you do to them, so it just looks like there's just this little, like, really long, snaky turd just sticking out of their butts. They just have cat anus going on. And I do apologize for some of these cuts. I try to cut as well as I can on Windows Movie Maker, because I shelled out the money to get the game recording equipment, and then I was like, you know what, that's about that for now. If I ever actually make any remote amount of money off of this, or if I just come into something, I might go ahead and just shell out for, like, I think it's called Vegas or something like that, but nah, I don't know. This'll do. Why can't you bring it with you guys? Like, what about it can you not bring? It's a book. It's not even chained to there.
And a Louis Venn.
And a Louis Anderson.
I can speak the words, but I cannot find the door.
Do you think it's the door that you guys literally just looked at before? Oh, no. See, look, like, he knows some crap. Like, why would you... How is that cunning? I was like, the road is dangerous. Oh, that must mean that this door to shit is behind this throne? Like, you're telling me no goblin ever just leaned against that for a second, or anything like that? And I popped back here, and I think the reason I did was just because, again, didn't want to have to fast forward running through everything else I've already seen before, and I'd save anyway. I'm just like, why
I believe
not?
we are here, dwarf. No more secrets.
Aye. There through our craft lies the hidden door.
The hidden door that we saw 2 minutes ago.
And a Louis Venn.
That's a very weird password to use for that. The road is dangerous?
This
Like,
road leads
I
to
don't
the
know.
great hall of records, where we are likely to find yet other secrets.
This is the end of our secrets, except for the other secrets, which are upcoming. Admittedly, I shouldn't have said the secrets are done with. That I was a bit premature. I apologize. It's like, I don't know. He's acting like he simultaneously knows everything about this place and is also like, well, let's see what we find. Who knows? What wacky adventures await us. Now there is an East Moria, and you'd think that would be the indicator of, like, okay, this is East Moria, but it's not really. There's still a very tiny bit left of West Moria. I do wish that you could actually attack your own teammates. I don't think I've said this before. Just for variety. Just to have something to do. Like, just to be, so that you could do it accidentally. Just, like, make yourself pay attention. Flaming Furry. The worst of them all. No. Oh, I didn't. That's what you use if you see a Flaming Furry creature being. There you go. Problem solved. But yeah, I haven't really had any particular reason to not be recording these. I have a lot of this, of the actual video recording, I just haven't spoken over it. And yeah, I don't know why. I just haven't. I don't have any particularly superb reason for not doing that. I just haven't. In fact, we recorded another, me and Jamie did, Lord of the Rings one, War in the North, which I haven't put up as of right now, and I may later. Basically what I did was I got War in the North for Lord of the Rings, and I thought, oh, okay, this is great. That's that one that's all open world, and you're running around, you're killing these orc commanders, and they replace each other, and it's great. And then I played the game through, and it was, like, really, really short, and it was totally not open world, and I was like, what is this? And turns out that is a different game. That I'm trying to remember the name of right now. I believe it's something... has the words Middle Earth in it, which is not a great, not a lot to go on, but I think it's like Battle for Middle Earth or something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, it wasn't that one. So, a little bit disappointed. And so I may not even put it up just because it's like, it's an okay game. It's there, but it's pretty short. It's just not that interesting, and I don't know. This one has some kind of story to it. That other one really, I don't know. For the two people out there who watch this, and of those two, anybody who happened to have played that game, yeah, not that interesting, but oh well. I think I only got it for like maybe $10 or something, so not a terrible waste. Like if I had bought that for like $30 or something, well, first off, I would have made like absolutely sure that that was the thing I wanted, but meh. I knew a kid in my middle school and high school, I think too, who looked a whole lot like one of these wargs. Like, he had this face that looked like one of those Airedale Terriers. It's like, it's really bad. Like, I know that sounds terrible. And, like, he wasn't, like, he didn't have any, like, issues or anything. There wasn't any trauma or anything that happened to him. He just looked like that. It was just his face. Kind of like an Airedale Terrier and one of the vampires when they use the vampire face on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Basically that. Made me feel sad, but whatever. Trying to build up those spirit powers, it takes a while for them to do anything that you actually want to do to be useful at all, but I don't know, I just want to build them up. I like using magic whenever possible in like anything I'm playing. My biggest thing, I love magic crap. I love, second to that would probably be like swords and stuff like that, and then really archery, any kind of like thing where you actually have to aim at stuff, I normally don't prefer. Like, I can do it in games, and it's weird too, because I'm fine with shooting in games, like where you have to aim and shoot. I'm fine with that. And in most games, it's going to be about the same thing, you know, unless it has this really, like, ridiculous amount of, you know, like, quality or precision you have to have. It's easy to get turned around in some of these corridors, like this one, because they always hide the chest. I mean, they're always going to be on the sides, like, you have to look over and see, but because you don't want to get like a million random encounters, you kind of want to try to see them from far off, but of course the video quality is going to hinder you there a bit. The Flames of Udun. All I know is that Gandalf yells that during the Balrog fight. I don't know who Udun is. I'm entirely sure there's a whole thing in the book about it, but I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I feel like that guy could have dodged that. He took like a good few seconds to swing. I gotta think that some of the orcs get a little bit pissed when they're like, why am I the number 2 orc? You were the number 2 orc, like last time. It's like, no. You know, just like getting mad about that. I do have to wonder where they're getting all this shit, because like if they've been living in these mines for like, you know, however long it's been, I don't know. Like, I'm guessing, because they keep saying like, oh, the dwarves are really dumb, like why did they go down in that pit? There's like a Balrog and all this crazy shit happening. But they must have like been there already, and like when the dwarves like first moved in there, and then they just didn't notice them, like they just hid out for a bit, like I don't know, because you'd think if you started building a city and like there's all these goblins attacking you, you'd be like, okay, we're either gonna get rid of every single motherfucking goblin in here, or we're gonna just leave and find some other place that's not deep underground and full of evil things. But I don't know, I guess they hid out. How did you even miss the second one? You literally hit him the first time. It looks like he's doing like headbanging when he does Flames of Udun. He's like, party! It kind of would be nice if Barathor had some actual attacks that directly involved the shield. Like, I think he might have one that, like, it sort of looks like he's kind of using it, like, maybe as one of the bashes. It's one of the ones where he does multiple hits. And it's, like, I think it's one where you have 5. and I think it's called Ecthelian Wrath, maybe? And it kind of looks like you use it for a second, but I don't remember well enough, just randomly. I don't exactly get the difference between mist and dodge. Like, I know mist is specifically meaning, like, hey, that guy wasn't good at shooting, and dodged means you did the thing and you dodged it, but, like, in reality, like, in actual practice, wouldn't those be the same thing? Like, because it makes it sound like if it just missed, that it's like Israel was just standing there and didn't care. She's like, I see him, you know, notching the bow and, like, aiming directly at me, but, nah, whatever. I'll let him get a shot in. It's fine. Gotta build up his confidence a little bit. Here you go, Fellowship Grace. And this... No, it just said that. Oh, there you go. It brings up AP. That's what it does. Gets more app. Up the app. That's what they should have called it. Up the app. There you go. I just love his little satisfied noise that he makes. Just his... Hat just gets, you know, excited about the little things. That's pretty good. And so that is going to be the end of West Moria. So we're just going to see some of the scenes now. We finish those up. And we get a lot of shit from this one. Not from the scenes, but from this. Get a few different things for most of them. And I've learned, so this part is where you have to talk a lot, because they'll play music from the actual movies, and that's the copyright claim I got was on one of the other ones. Oddly enough, after I edited it. Yeah, see, they bred and multiplied in the darkness. Like, what were they doing? Like, did you not hear anything down in the dark going like, and they're like, oh, maybe, is that a thing? Is that like goblins breeding? Maybe we should do something about that? No? Okay. Hey, did you, anybody, hey, you hear a little, I don't know, like a giant roar, and then see like a blast of fire coming down that one hallway? Nah, you're probably just seeing things. Like, oh, okay, alright, that's fine. The Watcher.
Very good.
That and the Watcher, was he there the whole time? Like, there was that freaking door right there, like the secret door in there. Like, anytime they left, they're just like, you know, just have to run out. It's like when you're trying to avoid. It's like a... I went to Lowe's the other day. There were a bunch of... And there were these... As soon as I left Lowe's, like, there were a bunch of Boy Scouts, like, camped right in front of the exit of it. So you couldn't avoid them. And they're like, excuse me, ma'am, do you want to buy popcorn? And you couldn't avoid it. Which I hated that. Like, I'm fine with them doing that, but, like, I had no possible way of avoiding it.
That was the work of the Watcher in the water.
The Watcher in the water.
For what good are words of opening or
This reminds me of the Night's Watch, basically. Because don't they say I'm the Watcher on the wall? That's it. Alright. It's ironic because there's little Nettie Stark over there. More Yorgs. More Yorgs.
The terrible creation that
mocks the... Yeah, it's good, right? It's a little smile. He's just so proud. He's a proud, you know, wolf papa. It's his little pet project. He's like one of those like people who are just way too into dogs. They're just like calling them their fur babies. Like fur baby is literally the worst thing. Like if you use it, I was gonna say if you use it, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Like just don't say that ever. Never call anything that. I mean dogs or cats or anything really. Like it's an animal. Like I've had a dog and I've had a cat and I loved them and I cried a whole lot when they died. But I'm not calling them my babies, my fur babies, and acting like they're my children because they're not, and it's gross. And so now back to this. Sam, get your Sam. Why are you touching his chest? Like people act like, oh no, it's not actually homoerotic. You're just reading way too into it. They're just really good friends and saving each other. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. There's something. I don't know. It seems more on Sam's part too. Like I know Frodo kind of, you know, obviously reciprocates a bit, but like there's sometimes where Frodo just seems like, Sam, could you just stop? Could you just not do that?
Elves fought in a last alliance with men, overthrowing the evil of Sauron.
Whoa, Bill! You gotta get a little further away from my head next time, alright? I'm just picturing the whole front line of elves just all getting shot in the head. They're like, well...
None speak of deeds that
well,
divided
shit.
But ancient distrust still burns in the hearts
Ancient
of both
distrust.
races.
Have you heard nothing Lord Elrond has said? The ring must be
Brown
destroyed.
versus Board of Education versus
You're
dwarves.
the one to do it. So much of evil. No, I trust
Are they gonna show the? No, they didn't show the part where who is it?
Witness a rare thing.
I'm trying to remember who it is. If it was Boromir or one of them, like I think it may be Elrond, who just puts his hand up to his head and just does this face palm almost, and he's just like,
Your small
"Oh,
company
these
faces the
guys,
same old
can't believe this
hatreds.
shit."
Unite them. For the remaining treasures of Moria
Treasures
will
of
not be
Moria.
surrendered without a fight.
There aren't that many treasures to speak of. Like, aren't they just going through there because they're like, "Hey, we gotta meet
not
up with
fear as you
like
wander
Gandalf and
Moria's
everybody
mazes.
else."
For
This
powerful
one
beings such as
gave me
I
some
are
trouble.
here
I tried to
lead.
record this scene a few times. The captions are not going to match what he's saying at the moment.
For many long years,
Like, you're
I
going to
have
see
played
it's
the
going to
role
match
of
up what he
Grey
says
Walker
later on,
across
but
the
not now.
lands of
And I don't know why.
Westeros.
I tried it a few times, and this is actually the least buggy of them.
White
Sometimes the
Wizard
captions would
Saruman
appear just
calls himself
while
the leader
I was
of
back
our
on the screen,
order.
the scene screen. And so this is actually better.
But Saruman chose to see afar,
But yeah,
to see all.
I love the wizard fight
Within
here.
his greed,
The
he
wizard fight's
became
great.
enslaved.
It's just, I don't know, just old man fight. It's just great. I don't really get how Gandalf gets from, like, in here
Thus
to, like,
his
up on
servants
there
have
when he
forced our
jumps onto
party
that
to
moth
skirt
thing,
Saruman's
like the
domain.
eagle moth thing. I don't get how he gets up there. A little access panel, like, I
Hopes
don't
that
know,
within
wizarding
Moria
access
I shall
panel.
fall to a greater power than even he possesses.
I just like that the Balrog had a falling out. And it's like, I was friends with the Balrog, but then he stole my girlfriend.
Found our campsite. That was very good indeed.
And then here he doesn't really talk, and yeah.
He has travelled with us since Rivendell.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's never done this
So
before.
we
I've watched these
thought
before. It's never
precisely
done this. So
why you were
I don't know.
compelled to seek
We'll see how it goes from here on out. I don't know.
Many that live deserve death.
I really wish in the because since I recorded the last of these, I've got the extended edition Blu-rays, like the little master pack thing of Lord of the Rings, and like, oh my goodness, it's so good. Like just all the extended scenes. Like I've only watched the extended scenes for the first movie now, and then I think part of the second movie. I don't know that I finished the second movie because you can't watch all those commentaries in like one day. I don't even think it's humanly possible. Like, there's so many of them that you just can't.
In times of great need, yet always fall victim to his.
I just like the idea that the goblins are just playing "Don't Wake Daddy" with the Balrog. Like they're just tiptoeing around. You have to hit the button, and like the Balrog wakes up, and it's
Yes,
like,
there is a
and it's
secret
like,
way for
"Don't
warriors.
wake Balrog."
Secret will need to sorry for it, as you must.
Crystal Changel.
Cannot reveal the secrets of the elves.
I can't reveal
You
the
must learn
secrets of
them
the elves.
yourself.
I made a pinky promise with Elrond.
The dwarves designed their defenses
Elrond
so
taught
they
it.
might emerge from hidden doors and surprise their
So many
foes.
secrets in Lord of the Rings, all the kinds of
Let us
secrets.
hope you can open this
I think
portal before
Ian
your
McKellen
enemies
just likes
suffice
saying
you.
secrets. He just likes it. You know what he keeps under his hat? Secrets.
Not only the dwarves have inhabited these mountains.
I mean,
This
duh, they're
huge range
goblins.
divides
I mean,
Middle
obviously.
Earth, east from west. Long ago, on the eastern slopes, orcs slew Isildur, the king of Gondor, and have since infested these crags.
Ooh, crag. Interesting word.
Other creatures, such as Gollum, also sought refuge here.
Why? Because, I don't know. Just wanted to, I guess. Yeah, see, they're like, oh, you guys have to be careful for all the orcs and stuff. But, like, Gollum just chills out there and nobody seems to pay him no mind. I mean, the orcs were like, hey, dude, what's that? Is that, like, the ring that our master wants? Or no? Okay. Well, you do you. See ya. So,
As you
here
have
we
learned,
go.
my friend, dwarves are formidable.
As you've seen, except for the fact that they all died, like there's really not many of them left, like maybe one or
You
two.
glimpse weapons.
Like really in the whole movie, I think you see Gimli and that's it. No, you see Gimli and then the couple people who are at the Council of Elrond, but that's it. See, there you go. There's some of the captions that just decide to appear up for no reason.
Orcs are a cruel race.
And then a little bit more of
Nature
that. I
shaped by the
don't know what it
hatred of
was.
the
At the beginning it was
Dark
fine.
destruction and pain are all they know.
We assume that's all they know. I mean, have you ever asked an orc, you know, so how do you like arts, you know?
I shall
What
tell
kind
you
of
more
instruments
should
do you
we
play?
survive our current encounter
You haven't
with
asked
these
her.
creatures.
Maybe if we survive this, I'm like, what, are you talking to me in the middle of fighting them, Gandalf? Like, that's not a great move. Like, I'm just picturing them all,
Words
like,
hold great
attacking,
power.
like, the goblins and
capture
stuff,
the
and he's
mind.
yelling out incantations, and he's like, the goblins
the
are well
heart.
known, for they killed Isildur, and
But it
then
is things
meanwhile Boromir's just like, dude, would you just help us? Like, we're dying over here. These guys kind of look like Benedict Cumberbatch a little bit, like that little smushy face, that guy in particular. I don't know what it is.
The orc breed knows only fear
The
and
orc
domination.
breed. Poorly!
It does not matter their size.
It matters the motion in the ocean.
Remember this lesson well, for there are much more powerful orcs upon your road.
So many orcs. Ooh,
Some
goodness.
I hope you never